Welcome to this post-race 3 of the 2015 MC Insurance British Superbike Championship season. Congratulations to race winner James Ellison, to second place Shane Shaky Byrne, and to third place Josh Brooks. And Josh, if I can start with you, phenomenal finish to the race, 26 thousandths of a second. You just snatched that third place away from Keogh, but just summarise the race for it, if you would. You look really strong in the second part.
Yeah, I actually thought my chances of a podium were well gone by about the mid part of the race, because Keogh and James had definitely cleared off, and Shaky had a big gap between him and myself. And but slowly, I was able to find a rhythm and the safety car came out and it bunched everyone back up again. And then, there seems to be a lot of chat about the laps, but I just looked at my lap board and seen that it had gone back up with extra laps. So I just thought about the rule with the safety car, and the laps of the safety car don't count and so on. So I figured that's what the laps are. So set about trying to do a good finish to the race, and now we're all bunched up. It's on to all for play for again, but I couldn't seem to find Shaky and Keogh's bike creating a big wind resistance effect. I was able to squeeze between the two of them and come in for third position. So I feel a little bit bad for Keogh, because he rode a superb race. He was clearly a lot faster than us at the start of the race, but to get mugged at the end, I suppose it's just the excitement of BSB, and I'm sure what comes around goes around. It'll be in your favour one weekend and shoot you in the foot the next. But I think for going into race 2, most important thing for me is to get the early stage of the race more perfected. I lost so much ground being stuck behind Stuart. His bike accelerates off the corner really quick with his lightweight body, I suppose, and his riding technique. So it means I would lose a lot of ground on exit of the corner and only make it back on the brakes, and couldn't use my flowing rhythm to make a pass anywhere else. And so I really suffered from that situation. So I'll try and correct that for race 2.
Congratulations on the podium, Josh, and the points that go with it.
Thank you.
Milwaukee Yamaha, Josh Brooks. And let's turn to PBM Kawasaki's Shane Shaky Byrne. And Shaky, after all the trials and tribulations this weekend, does that feel like almost like a win?
Yeah, you're not too wrong. The great thing about weekends like this, when your back's against the wall and you get some reward for it right at the end. We worked really, really hard. The pace car definitely worked in my favour. I'm not going to tell a lie. And Keogh running into bottom bend a little bit hot worked in my favour too. So I managed to get past him. But I perhaps not as bright as Josh. I got a bit confused with the laps, because I come round and my pit board said there was 1 lap to go, and I'd been concentrating that hard on trying to maintain a rhythm and keep him behind me, that I hadn't really been paying no attention to the board. And then when the course car came out, we done the laps, and then afterwards it was like 1 lap to go, and I had a look at Keogh in a couple of places, but wasn't quite fast enough. But we come round and there was no checkered flag, and I saw James had kept going and Keogh had kept going, so I thought, oh, it was obviously another lap. But then we come round and there wasn't a black and yellow flag, and I thought, oh no, what's happening? And to be honest with you, I was that focused on Keogh and trying to get past him that I wasn't even looking at the board. And then I seen the black and yellow flag on the last lap, and Keogh had gone in quite tight at bottom bend the lap before as well, and I kind of had a look to see if I could make that move work, but it wouldn't have. And then the lap that I managed to pass him, he ran in a little bit deep, and I had a nice swoopy line and got a real good drive on the way out, and just managed to get underneath him into the left. But then I had really, really big slide coming out of clearways to to finish the race. I was desperate to stay in second place at that point, and yeah, maybe I got second on the plate a little bit, but weekends like this, when your back's against the wall a little bit, you'll take the points however they come. Just like to say, fantastic job by James. Flipping hell, he's been fast all weekend, and to set the pace that he set at the front there. My team helped me immensely between warm up and the first race. I actually went a couple of attempts quicker, I think, in the race than I had done in qualifying, and my bike held together for quite a lot more laps than it had done in morning warm up on old tyres. So we're going to make a small step again, I think, to try to have the pace to stay with James for the whole race. And I think it's fairly clear to see that, whether the four of us probably, if we all get a good start and all get away, should be in a right little ding dong at the front, which will be great fun. So look forward to race 2. Great job by James, and thanks for my team for all the hard work.
Well, thanks, Shaky. Great job by you too. And in fact, I think the front three of you, including Keogh, all set what would have been a new lap record, but the new lap record does go to JG Speedfit's James Ellison. Congratulations for that, James. And how does this feel for your second race win out of 3 stars?
Yeah, it's really good. Obviously, a bit disappointing with the first, the second race at Donington. We're not getting any points at all, but it is early on in the season. We've got the showdown format, so that's going to help obviously later on in the season. But yeah, after Donington, I just didn't want to let it upset my rhythm. We've had a really good testing program. The guys have built a fantastic bike over winter. I know it's a bit of a cliche. People say, it's like it's the best thing I've ever ridden and all that, but it really is, and I'm really comfortable with it now. Happy on the bike, and as I say, a happy rider's a fast rider. So it just makes my job easier and more enjoyable as well. I'm not fighting the bike as much as I'm sort of used to over the years, and I'm not really making any compromises anyway. I'm just really happy with it. Just odd little clicks here and there with suspension, no big changes, and that's when we know you're in that little window, as we call it. So full credit for the team for giving me the tools for the job, and I was able to go out there today and reap the rewards of it and get another win. So we're back on track now, and hopefully we can do the same again in race 2. But I know it's not going to be as easy. Obviously, everybody makes little changes in between race 1 and 2, and it's always a hotter pace. So not sure what we're going to do, whether we're going to leave the bike and just try harder, or have a look at the data, see if there's anything we can do. But big thank you to everybody, and obviously to these boys as well. First 20 laps for me was difficult because I couldn't drop KO at all. It wasn't until sort of the final 10 laps that I started to see a little bit of a gap. So everyone was pushing hard as usual, and hopefully we can put on a good race for race 2 for the fans.
Got to ask you about, you built a 3.4 second lead, and then the safety car came out. We could see your body language, that you almost slumped down over the tank. What was going through your mind there?
I was shouting at Stuart Higgs. It's like, I didn't know what he was doing. I was like, come on, mate, there's 2 laps left, just call it. And then obviously, like Shaky said, I didn't realise the whole safety car thing. I just saw 2 laps on my board, and then the next time I came around it said 4. So then I realised obviously why they'd done it and why they were going to continue the race. It would have been a bit silly to do it for 1 or 2 laps, but for the last 4, it did give everybody a chance to get bunched up, and it was a bit more exciting for everyone else as well. But yeah, that was sort of all that hard work. I thought it could be completely wasted here, and just one tiny mistake and be passed by 3 people. So that was all that was. But glad it didn't work out like that, and happy to get away with the win.
Well, congratulations, guys. Congratulations, James, on a new lap record and another race win. We'll see you for the second one.